Hey everyone, Rick here, and I just got back from my friendly local game store, and I made a few purchases, and it was enough to where they let me carry them out in a box instead of a bag. And it says Force a Will on the box. That's kind of foreshadowing what's inside here, but let me show you a couple new things that I picked up, and I just love this assortment of items, and you'll see why in just a second. So the first one is the Pathfinder Adventure card game third base set they've released, The Wrath of the Righteous. And if you're not too familiar with this is a card game that you can play solo or with others, and it is an excellent kind of light but still some decisions to be made adventure card game. And like I said, this is the third base set they've released for this. They'll release a base set, and then they'll release adventure packs and promo cards as well. Speaking of promo cards and adventure packs, my friendly local game store guy always is great at giving me promos for different games that he comes across when I make a purchase. So that's one of the great things about frequenting a friendly local game store. Of course, I do a lot of online shopping as well, but I do try to get out there as often as I can. This is the fourth adventure pack for this particular base set. I've actually already collected the second and third packs prior to even getting the third base set. Don't ask me to explain why. And then, so we have Pathfinder card game stuff. And what else is in here? I also caught my eye too while I was there. The WWE Superstar Showdown board game. Now, I've known about this for a while, and I have been waiting for it to be released even online or in store. And so I saw that on the shelf, so I decided to pick that up. I am a pro wrestling fan and have been for years, so I thought this is a great way to mesh the two worlds of pro wrestling and board games, and I can't wait for them to come out with more wrestlers than what is just released in this box. Some Attitude Era guys like Stone Cold and The Rock would be awesome. Then I picked up some little toys. They have all sorts of neat little novelty items, but these are actually mini Gundam model kits. So they come unassembled and you put them together. So I have one green, one red, and then I believe he said this is like an armament pack that you can equip or outfit these with. So that's very cool. I saw those there. I had to pick up one of each of those. So far we have what? A board game, card game, and some toys. And then this, which I've already opened in the store because I was way too excited about it, is the latest Legend of the Five Rings box set that they've been releasing these box sets recently, each for different reasons, either to learn the game or to play in cooperative multiplayer type games. But there's 3 pre-constructed decks in here, and I wanted to see which clans they had, and I couldn't quite tell in this one. It looked like there was Mantis, and then maybe a Ronin faction, and then can't remember if it was like a wolf or lion clan, or a, can't remember exactly, but anyway, so that was really cool. And the big news with Legend of the Five Rings is AEG just sold it to Fantasy Flight. So they're going to release what used to be a collectible card game with booster packs and all that as a living card game. I'm really excited about that because I haven't played L5R competitively, and I've just been picking up these box sets. So for Fantasy Flight to now have the rights to it, and they'll be releasing it like they do their other living card games, I think that'll be great. So, okay, we have a couple different kinds of things here. Well, how about some classic PlayStation RPGs? Yes, this store now also dabbles in secondhand video games for Atari, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and a little bit in the PlayStation realm, which is where I'm most familiar. So these are actually the store owners or store managers' private collection. So they were taken care of really nicely. So there's Xenogears, and then also an early PlayStation RPG, Beyond the Beyond. I actually have this one already sealed, and this will allow me to give it a try without having to open the packaging. So, what's next? We also have, and this is where the foreshadowing comes in, Force of Will, a relatively new to the United States collectible card game, and I am not into collectible card games very much anyway, at least not anymore. But I thought I'd pick these two things up because they give you enough to really play the game pretty well. This was explained to me as a two-player starter deck set. So there's 2 decks of cards in here. And then this was explained to me as kind of with Magic the Gathering, they have those deck builders toolkits. So this is just full of cards and stuff you can equip. So without getting into collecting boosters or anything like that, I think this alone should do me okay just to see what all the hype's about with Force of Will. And lastly, and least excitedly, just a pack of Dragon Sleeves for the 2 decks that come in there. So, how often can you say you went to one store and got card games, board games, and classic PlayStation role-playing games? That is just too cool. I was really excited about all that. And so that is what I picked up at my friendly local game store. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video, and until next time.